We're not seeing anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just
We
all
see
the
a direct. It looks like a directory.
all your files. Yeah.
Oh, let me see if I can figure that out.
What's up, Boother?
Just driving.
Ram, I may be the only one who knows who Cecil B. DeMille is.
No, that's not true.
Well, doesn't take long to call roll. I know that. But... Hello, Sid. Hey, Coach. How
Hey,
are
Coach.
you? Good to hear your
How are you?
voice. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
Good.
Had some
Good.
good moments and bad moments, but it's
Well, I
overall, I
understand.
think
man.
I'm making progress.
Good. Good.
My golf game is not very good yet.
Have you played?
Well, I went out last weekend to Rapid City. That Bob Parsons and his friend from California were putting on a fundraising thing out there, and it was at the Meadowbrook Golf Course out there. And so
Yeah.
I kind of rode along and putted a little bit, and I got up and swung the club a little bit, but I don't swing very hard. Just see if I could hit it down the fairway, which I did. But
No
it was
stretching, right?
It wasn't. It was so darn hot out there. I had to get off the course, and so it's on the back nine. I let Chad and kind of take the leadership, and he led the troops around the golf course on the back nine. Shot his usual under par 9.
Hey, I won longest putt.
Did you? Oh, that's right. I know.
Yeah,
I was supposed to do that.
25 footer.
What'd you win? I can't remember. $50 gift certificate or something, right?
$25 in the clubhouse.
Oh, okay. Did you get something?
Yeah, I bought a box of Titleist balls. I've never had Titleist in my life,
Oh,
other
wow.
than the ones I find.
Eric, Folkers, and Moeller, good to see you guys.
Hey, Coach. Good to see you. How you feeling?
Oh, not too bad. Thanks for asking. It's always good to see. I always feel better when I see you guys. Makes my day. Makes my day. So
Well, you get to see you get to see most of us in physical next month, right?
that's right. Let's see, we got Brad Schroeder on down here out baling hay. He's got a bunch of sheep out there, right, Brad?
Yep. Sorry, Coach. I was trying to get logged on there. My computer decided to update Zoom, and it took me a while.
Are you got all the predators taken care of out there among your sheep or not?
Oh, it's always a problem. They just caught another big male coyote this week. Caught a couple other coyotes weeks before. So
You trapping them or shooting them or what?
trapping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do with them?
We just, this time of year, you just find a place to bury them.
You ought to get
Hide the evidence.
Chad Remington out there you could join your own trapping show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do a trapping show on Pursuit Channel.
I just think of having one of our guys on that channel, man. I tell you, that would be kind of fun. Eric Thompson, is it warm down there in Arizona?
Hey, we're on a cool front, man. It's only 100 today.
Oh wow, really
So
cold,
on
huh?
a cool. Yeah, well, we've been getting clouds every day. Monsoon season is in full effect. So it's cloudy right now. So every afternoon it clouds up. Yep. Thunderstorms
raining?
pop up.
Is it raining some?
Oh yeah. Oh, especially up north. And which is not really good because of they had a couple of large fires last season, and so all those scars are all running off, and Flagstaff just gets inundated with floodwaters. They can't keep the water out, so it's tough for some of those folks up north.
I see.
But yeah, because every day it's raining. Yeah, there was a stretch there for a week where it rained every day, either in Chandler or Peoria. or Sun City. And yeah, it was just inundated, but you know how it is. So
Yeah. Couple inches of rain down there, but like us getting 5 inches up here, right?
yeah, pretty much.
Which is what we got about a week ago. We got 5 inches in about 6 hours, I think it was. And really didn't, it did a good job of soaking in, and it was good for the farmers anyway. So my son just drove up from Phoenix, got here last Friday night, and he had a truckload of stuff to give to his son Matt and Samantha. They got a new home up here, so he loaded up some furniture from down there to bring up to him, and he stayed 3 nights with me here. So anyway, he kind of was glad to get cooled off up here. So even though it was still up in the upper 80s, it was cooler than what he was used to. So, how's Bruce Mulder doing these days, Bruce?
Doing good, sir.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah?
we got part of that rain too.
There you go.
So everything's good. You look good.
Yeah, we didn't try to keep it all over here. We thought we'd send it over your way. Right down, you just put it on Highway 90 and just send it right down to you.
We didn't get as much as you did, but it was still a blessing.
I couldn't
Well-
believe that how long it rained that night. Just poured
Yep.
from about midnight till about 7 in the morning. It's just a constant downpour.
Well, it was good for a lot of local farmers anyway, so it's good.
Mo, you all healed up? Take off the hat. All healed up. Oh, yep.
Little scar damage,
A
but
little scar damage.
How
Chick
did
stick
that
scars.
How did that happen?
happened twice actually, but we don't want to talk.
Yeah, I do.
There was a football game last fall. It was raining, pouring out, and I got gimpy legs. I think most of you guys might know the story about my accident, but anyway, I went running from my car into the house or into the garage, and I slipped and did a pretty good digger on my head. So anyway, that's all. It's not a fun story. It's
Your stitches?
no self-medicate, self-doctor. No, everything's good.
Good. You going back to school this fall, Jeff?
Absolutely not. I've had 3 offers and I've turned them all down. I told them retirement keeps paying me, so at the moment I'm not going back. So it's going to
Are
be
they-
weird.
Are they
They
throwing
start-
money?
Tuesday.
Are they throwing money at you?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Full salary, plus my retirement, plus benefits.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they're doing the same thing down here in Zona.
it's crazy. But the answer is no. I have too many trips planned. Maggie and I are going to Israel in
Oh, wow.
November and Jordan.
Is that a tour or what?
It is. It's actually a Perry Stone tour. And so it's going to be pretty exciting. We're coming out to Sioux Falls and Omaha and Sioux Falls in September. Maggie goes to Chicago in October for something. I don't know. But I've been camping every weekend, so I'm not going back.
Pretty hard to say no to it though, isn't it? Not really.
It's not really. It's kind of nice. I might go help out a couple days here and there, pay for my camping habit. Other than that, we're good. And Maggie's working too. She's making all my money. So
Oh, that's the key thing right there. I thought maybe
Mhm.
when I retired, I could retire and let Diane keep working, but she beat me to it. When she found out I was thinking about it, that planted the seed in her mind, and she really beat me to it. So
Yeah, but she's fully retired also from the district. She's working 20 hours a week for the state, and she can work anywhere online. Um, doesn't have to go in the office. She can go in there once a week if she wants. It's right in Carson City. And so, yeah, they're wanting her to work more hours, and she's not. And so, even when we're back in Sioux Falls and that area, she'll work her 20 hours online and do her stuff and be off for the weekend.
what area is she working in the government?
She's with the state of Nevada Department of Education.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, working with a lot of people that she'd already met through her district job, and people from around the country, and so it's really kind of nice. Like I said, I'll work a couple days and make my camping money, and then not because we have too many trips planned.
That's Bruce Muller's cat right there, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
My good friend Skip Thorson here in Brandon, he and I do a lot of things together, but he always went up to the Humane Society and walked dogs. And he fell in love with this one, and he said he thought it was he told me it was a little bit like my little Lily, the little Shih Tzu and poodle, and this morning he brought it over to our men's Bible study on Thursday morning, and it turns out it's a Saint Bernard. Oh my gosh, it's over 100 pounds already, and it's only a year old. So, but he's happy. He said, I said, I thought you said it was a little bit like Lily, and well, she said, yeah, it's kind of like a personality like Lily had, but Lily weighed about, maybe 7 pounds at the most. So that's a few more pounds.
I have a German Shepherd and a Husky. So yeah,
Husky, pretty good size, aren't they?
they both are. Yeah.
Oh, are they hunters?
Yes, I find unusual animals in my garage every now and then. Raccoons, possums, woodchucks, even a badger once, birds. Yeah.
They bring them in?
They like to bring them in the garage through their doggy door to show dad their prize.
How'd they get a hold of a badger?
Right.
Right.
No, we got them around here.
I've been
I
with
can-
trappers twice, 3 times in the last 2 years where they caught badgers out of season and they had to let them go. And that is a chore, getting them out of a leg hold without getting bit, scratched, or mauled. They are vicious.
They are. Have you ever drowned badgers, Rem? You know about it, right?
Yeah, you just kind of pour water down the hole till they come up.
Flood the hole, and there's normally a guy with a pitchfork and a 22 sitting outside the hole. I have a brother-in-law from northeast Nebraska. I was in charge of the pitchfork, and I didn't dig in far enough that I should have stabbed him good enough. And the other brother-in-law missed the shot. He dug his arm in there when it hightailed back down the hole, flooded hole, and grabbed him out by the back feet. threw it and we shot it. But
Oh, gosh.
I have
That's a whole comedy show right there.
something similar. So
So get this, we're at my sister's and she's got horses, so they don't want the holes in the pastures. So my brother-in-law got a big hose and we went and started to flood the hole, and it was like Caddyshack. Water started shooting up all these holes all over the pasture. It was hilarious. I mean, like geysers. We were just pouring water in this, and no critters came out of any of the holes.
yeah. My in-laws are somewhat hillbillies. I think you know the Ponca area or Newcastle area. But we'd load up 1,000 gallons of water and drain holes just to do that kind of stuff.
Say, Brad, you know oh gosh, I forgot the name now. They're from Viborg, and I'll think of it. It was right on the tip of my tongue, and now I can't. I'll get back to it. So sorry about that. Another senior moment there. It comes and goes pretty quickly in my mind. I was going to definitely ask you. But somebody who had played football there at Canastota, and I was going to ask you about who in the world was it? I was just down and talked to my brother-in-law down there at Viborg on Tuesday, and he told me about it. And so, Canastota, are they by themselves this year or not?
Yeah, it was kind of they've been co-opted with Freeman in football for 4 years, and won 3 state titles, and last year got runner-up. And then a few parents this year decided that it was that we should be on our own. So it was kind of an ugly fight in about January, and they convinced the school board to break up the co-op. And I don't know, we'll see. I think they don't have very high numbers this year because of that. So we'll see what happens. 1 or 2 key injuries and our season could be about done.
I cannot remember the name of that kid what the connection was. I'll think of it maybe. Hopefully it'll come back to me. It's probably buried in the back of my brain here now somewhere.
Eric Thompson can help you with that.
Can you do that? Give me some Prevagen real quickly, will you?
Yeah, when we fly up there, I'll have boxes full. Be handing them out like candy.
Bringing it for all of us. Awesome.
Bring it for me if you can remember to bring it.
Yeah, I'll forget. You guys see DeBoer threw out the first pitch at a Mara game the other day.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
Yeah.
Did he get to throw a strike or?
Yeah, he did actually.
That was good. He's making an impact in the community out there, the way that his personality and everything. And
sounds like it. Yep.
There she is. Maggie's here. Hi, Maggie.
Hey, Maggie.
Hey, oh gosh, it's so good to see you, Bob, and everyone. Been praying for you.
Is Chef really making you continue working so he can play?
I just put in 9.5 hours today. I gotta stop that.
Oh gosh. You'll be old like Jeff if you're not careful.
It's true.
Looking forward to seeing all you guys in
That's for sure.
September.
That's good. That will really be good.
The motel's open.
We're counting on that, man.
We're gonna have a house full. We're gonna have a good time. Bob Booth's staying with us too.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I get the top bunk.
I don't have a hot tub like
I
one
thought
of
maybe-
Ziggy's weddings.
I thought maybe you were gonna, Jeff, I thought maybe you were gonna call Big Spoon.
Well, yeah, you're on the top bunk too. Well, yeah, you're. Ah, he's driving.
Oh, dude.
Look at that.
Looks like they got a shirt big enough to fit him, huh? I'm proud of that boy out there. Wow.
Heading to the field now to deliver our ceremonial first pitch. Please welcome UW Huskies head football coach, Kalen DeBoer. And catching the pitch is UW alum, Jake Lamb. Great pitch, Kalen. We thank you for joining us tonight and wish you all the best this upcoming season. Go Dogs.
That's good.
He
That is good.
got a lot of
That
airtime
is good.
during the broadcast. He was up in the broadcast booth, and he got a fair amount of TV time and broadcast time. They were doing some interviews with him during the game.
Be fun to get out there. I have to figure out a way to get out there now. We're coming down to Arizona though, Eric.
Yep. Well,
Are you gonna go to that game down there when he comes down?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to hook up with whoever's coming down. So
Well,
just give me a heads up.
you need a ticket to get in.
Probably.
Well, I thought maybe with your Prevagen connection, you would be able to figure out a way to finagle in.
Nobody knows me down here.
Isn't Prevagen one of their main
No.
advertisers or
Only
supporters?
Only on the Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what weekend are you guys going down there?
It's the weekend of the 8th, right?
Right. Yeah. They play the 8th. I don't know what time
October.
the game is. Yeah, October 8th.
Might be their last trip to Arizona State when they go to the Big Ten.
Oh, I know. Who do you think's going to the Big Ten?
Well, we know UCLA and USC are going, right?
Yeah.
There's rumors that ASU and U of A are going to the Big 12. And so Big Ten is trying to probably get a couple more. It could be Oregon and Washington. But it's all speculation at this point.
So that'll make 3 big conferences, right? SEC and
SEC, Big 12, and Big 10.
how many teams will be in the Big Ten then?
So there's 16 now. So it'll be 18.
Can't they change the name then?
Not really. They'll change the logo. So like it'll still say Big 10, but it'll have like a 1-6 buried in there or something, or 1-8. They'll make the G look like an 8 or something, and the 1 will stay. I don't know.
Are there any of those?
It's crazy.
Are there any of those rumors going on down there about where they might go or anything, or how the teams will line up once UCLA and USC leave?
No, we haven't heard about it. We'll probably hear more in our NCAA clinics probably coming up in January, just because of the baseball side of it. But and it could happen sooner than later. It all depends on when. It all depends. It's all predicated on when OU and Texas decided to go to the SEC. They're not scheduled to go until 25, but that could all change.
Well, you think about football, but think about all the other sports. Gosh, the travel for all those teams and
correct. Football, it's no big deal, right? It's one a week. It's one time a week and all that.
Yeah.
But you throw in, basketball and baseball. The non-revenue sports are going to be the ones that struggle. I mean, volleyball, baseball, track. Big Ten, I don't think has water polo. I mean, I don't know if all the sports are going, or as far as I know, all the sports have to go. So the Pac-12 has just got a huge issue. They can't really expand. There's only, because you'll degrade your academic, because the Pac-12 is based on a lot of it's academic. And you can't just pull in any school. So I don't know what they're going to do. They're in scramble mode right now.
What's that church you got on tonight there? Phoenix Children's. What's that?
Phoenix Children's.
Hospital?
It's where this is where Rhonda works. Yeah, Rhonda Thompson.
Oh, okay. I see.
Well, let's hear about your trip out west, Coach.
Well, it was interesting, and thank the Lord that they had Chad to drive me out and back. That's all I can say. But it was good. I wished I would have felt a little bit better, probably, and I'm just so anxious to get myself back to try to play some golf. But once I got out there, I realized with the heat and everything, but it was good. I mean, the guy from I really wanted to see the guy from California I helped him, the guy in Rapid City, get started with this ministry called COIN, which is Coaches of Influence, and I got those two connected, and so he does his ministry out in California, and Bob Parsons does his here in Western South Dakota, and but anyway, it was good to connect with somebody that I hadn't seen for a long time, and he had invited Diane and I to go out to a special awards thing out at the Crystal Cathedral there in Anaheim, I guess it is, right? I think that's where it is. But anyway, I hadn't seen him since that time, and so the opportunity to meet with him again and thank him again for that special honor and everything that he gave to Diane and I. It was kind of a team type award with husband and wife, so it was very meaningful. So anyway, it gave me an opportunity to meet with him and ride around 9 holes with him anyway, and we did a lot of talking about things, ministry type things, so it was good. And we watched Chad do some great shots, and went and ate some pizza and headed back home again on Friday afternoon. Stopped at Al's Oasis, and all of you know, you've heard of that, haven't you, everybody? Al's Oasis. You heard of that,
real
Eric?
close to where I grew up, Coach.
What?
So that was real close to where I grew up.
Oh,
Not
that's
too
right.
far from there.
You grew up just south of there, right?
Yeah,
Well,
southwest.
west
Yeah.
a ways. That's right.
Oh, the pie was awesome, Brad. So it was fabulous. They're known for their pie.
Yep.
I was a little disappointed in I hadn't had that coconut cream, and the cream was kind of bland. It wasn't really, didn't have much taste to it. And so other than picking the coconut out of my teeth afterwards, I was a little disappointed. I'll say that. But I got the thrill of eating one of them. I hadn't had it for years. And it looked so good. Can't remember, what'd you get, Brad or Chad?
I got the banana cream. I was going to get the pecan, and when you ordered the coconut cream, the game time pressure got to me, and I had to get the banana cream. It was pretty good.
Well, I do thank Chad for, it was without him, I would have never been able to make that trip, because that's a long ways for an old guy like me in the condition I'm in right now to be able to travel that far. And so, but it was really good to get out there and see those people. Then I got to see my nephew. He came over, and while they were playing the back nine, he came over to visit me at the golf course there, and he and his wife, and that was good to see them. I hadn't seen them in a long time, so they came. So it was a good, overall, very good trip. Enjoyed it. Thanks, Chad, again for doing that.
Oh yeah, it's an honor to take you out the windshield time we get, but just for you guys to know, seeing Coach in his element with Bob and this Nelson guy and those guys talking ministry and the the players, and then I got to play with the head coach of Sturgis, whose name is Chris Koletsky, and he played receiver for the Coup. And his crew, his coaches, and literally everyone, no one talked to X's and O's. Everyone, the Sturgis coaches were concerned about the kids with the rally going on, because the rally was there, because all they wanted to do is get practice starting and start being a positive influence. And then Coach and Bob and Nelson talking about just being a positive influence and what coaches do. I'm the one that's lucky, got to go out and be a part of it. So that was kind of fun. And then in Coach's defense, when we got in off of 18, it was 115 degrees at noon in Rapid City. It was hot. It was real hot. And so, I mean, he made it through 9, and I barely made it through the 9, and then I just kind of rode along with the guys. But yeah, it was a good time to just see everything start to get back to normal with Coach's health and everything. It's a blast to get that windshield time with him.
If you was a fucking asshole in grade school, you're an asshole when you grow up too.
What's that? Hello, Justin Jacobs.
Hello, Coach. Sorry I interrupted.
That's all right.
Trying to silence it. You look good.
Yeah, looks aren't quite everything, but there's not a whole lot to me anymore. So I got to make my face look halfway decent. Rest of my body. There's Zim. God, it's good to see Zim on tonight. Can you hear us, Rick?
Yes, sir, I can. How you doing,
sorry,
Coach?
Sure, sorry about your daddy. I imagine things are different, but you know, I think you may know where he is, right?
Oh, absolutely. Man, we had just some fantastic conversations, and some really good things happened, and it's kind of a crappy deal, but I sure appreciate everybody's support along the way. And I just went to get an ice cream cone with my daughter, and I just said, I can't even believe that all happened that fast. It was just amazing how quick that went. And then I've just been so busy trying to wrap things up and just take care of the little details. I really haven't given myself time to sit down and just think about the whole damn thing, but it went really well. We had a celebration of life last Saturday in Worland, and that went really well. A lot of people from the community showed up, a lot of family members, and it was just really good. Really good.
Well, it's kind of the point. It seems like I'm kind of that age where I'm starting to see more and more people my age kind of not here anymore. And how old was your dad? I can't remember.
77.
Yeah, had a few more years to live, really, didn't he?
Well, and he was the healthiest guy in his group. That was the crazy thing. He was a 10-mile-a-day walker and hunter, and trips around the world, and always took care of all the old people, and then bam. So it's pretty crazy.
Your mom's doing okay?
My mom?
Yeah.
No, my mom passed away 7 years ago.
Oh, okay. I guess I forgot that. I didn't. Sorry about that too. Now you're without a mom or a dad, right?
Yeah, I'm an orphan. But are you taking you want to adopt me, Coach?
I got an orphanage back here.
Yeah, well, it's all good. It's all good. No, my dad went into the same hospice facility that my mom was in. Oh. And they were just so phenomenal that when Dad was at that point, he just looked at me and said, "All right, can you make a call? I'm ready to go to hospice up there in Casper with you." And I go, "Yeah, it's ready to go whenever." I got her lined up, and 2 days later, there we were. So, yeah.
How long was he in hospice? And
2.5 weeks.
Okay.
And he was totally, completely with it the entire time up until the last 2 days. Yeah, it was. So we had a lot of good time to have conversations. A lot
Oh,
of good
that's
time.
great. That's great.
Oh, yeah, so thankful for that.
Did you have much pain or not?
None. You know that they say that pancreatic cancer is one of the most painful, and he was having a lot of pain. That's what finally tipped him off to go to the dang hospital. But they had him on the morphine and the chemo, and that just tore him up. And once he got on the low dose fentanyl patch, brain fog cleared up, managed the pain really well. He didn't have a painful day after he got on that, so it was really good.
I hear so many bad things about people overdosing on fentanyl, and when I heard that they gave that to my wife, I thought, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I kind of panicked a little too, and then it's like everything else, you use it the right way and the way it's intended, and it was really helpful. It was good.
What happened to Justin Jacobs? Are you still on somewhere, Justin?
So he was having trouble with his phone. He texted me and said to tell everyone bye, but he wasn't going to be able to jump on. He can't get his phone to work right.
Thought maybe I upset him already, but
no, but I am curious as to who 402-627-1939 is.
That's just me. It's Kelly.
Hey, good to have you on, Kelly. Kelly King.
Yeah. I was driving up from Omaha to beautiful Canton, South Dakota. So I wasn't able to get on through Zoom, but I did want to listen in and hear everybody. Coach, it sounds like you're getting a little more up and at 'em, and I'm happy. I'm happy for you.
Thanks a lot. Are you going to see your parents and stuff up in Canton or what?
Yeah, my parents. That's my little brother's birthday today, Kyle, and then I will be seeing 3 of my grandkids over the weekend. So should be a good time.
That's good.
Awesome.
Canton won't be the same with you there, right?
Canton seems small. It seems smaller every time I come back here. The town seems smaller every single time. But it is home, so I there's a lot of memories here, a lot of good times. So it's just to drive up and down the roads is in town and just reminisce is kind of a treat for me.
I do that, Kelly. Every time I go back to Worland, I have my little circle I make around the old high school, the old junior high, and drive past the old house. So I do the same thing. I enjoy going back home.
Yeah, I'm looking at the high school right now. So I did arrive and just parked here a few minutes ago, and I am right up by the high school.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's great to hear from you, Kelly.
The one of the coaches down there, Brad, is what's his name? I know names have to leave me so quickly. I can't think. Anyway, his wife was the social worker at dialysis, and she kept me posted on Matt David's his name, Matt David, and he was from Watertown and played football for us. He was kind of a quarterback coming in, but we had too many quarterbacks, so we kind of moved him around to tight end and did some things with him. But he was a good young man, kind of trying to keep the Christian element going down there at Canton. So it's good.
Yeah, give you guys a little update on Woo. I got to play in the football golf tournament with Woo and Doof and Ed a couple weeks ago, and it was just a blast. We had so much fun. At one point we were 7 under, and we ended up 4 under, which we were all surprised about, but Doof kind of carried us a little bit. But Woo was just gonna putt, and he swung the driver right away, and then ended up playing the whole 18 of the best ball, and he was just laughing and having fun, and it was so good. He was so happy to be out and that we invited him out, and so thankful. But it was just such a fun time having him there. We just had a blast, and it was kind of hot that day, but 4 of us had a lot of fun doing that. And then coach was putting, he drained a huge putt for some guys, Coach Anderson said. Like a 30-some footer or something. And
Oh, it was at least that. I think it was closer to 3 feet, really, to tell you the truth.
oh, he
That's
said it was
gotta be-
37 feet.
Oh, okay. I think it was 39, really. So,
Oh, well, there you go. Take it and run, baby. Anyways, a huge turnout. There's a lot of players, a lot of guys out. What'd they say, 30 teams or 27 teams? And just a really good turnout for Coach Anderson. So they're getting ready, they're practicing, and their first game is at Moorhead on a Thursday night coming up here in August, I think, or the first part of September. And so I don't know, we're kicking around the idea of going up there. I'll have to just be a game time decision for me if I can bolt up there.
I might bolt with him if he goes. So,
Road trip, that's what we're good at.
we're pretty good at that bolting, right? Bubba, Sean Bryant, his son, he thinks he may start on the offensive line for them up there. So Bubba will be on the opposite side of the field.
He actually told me he's going to be under the bleachers cheering for the coup, but he can't cheer too loud with his kid starting at center. So
Is it center? Is that where he's playing?
yeah, that's what he said. He said he's going to get, if he doesn't start, he's going to get a lot of playing time, but I think he's going to start. He is just a house. He is huge, just like Bubba.
When do you start football, Rick?
You're muted, Rick. Still muted. Or left corner.
Rick, we can't hear you. I wish you'd take that shirt off, though.
Eric, what do you do for entertainment down there in Phoenix?
Try to stay as cool as possible.
How do you do that?
Well, you crank up the AC.
Do you go out to that big Sur? Is that still going out there in Scottsdale? Or they make the waves and they ride the
No,
waves?
they shut that down.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
that-
they shut it down. When did they shut that down? It was before we got here.
That was that for COVID reasons? I wonder, or what?
I'm not certain. They may have just ran out of. It just wasn't viable, I guess. But they did I remember seeing a story about it. But yeah, they showed pictures of before and after, and all that. So yeah, it's yeah. Other than that, no. I mean, once in a while, I gotta put the gear on and get behind a plate at noon when it's 110. Not fun.
You look like you're losing weight. You got to eat some more if you're gonna sweat it all off, man.
I know, right? So you're gonna have to go. Coach asked about football, so you're gonna have to go back and do all that stuff since you were muted.
I know my computer. It's not my computer. It's me. So anyway, no, we started on Sunday night, and gosh, got about 165 kids out. Really good senior class. We're fast. Really experienced. Return 8 starters on the defense, which will be nice. Just an all-in group of kids. We took them up in the mountains again, did our Camp Victory for 3 days, and that was phenomenal with the old guys. Yeah, it was good, but boy, talk about hot. We got a new trainer. Couldn't find a trainer. It's like, so we got this gal from Germany. She barely speaks English. and she got the orientation on the turf temperature tester, and if it hits 100 or 110, she's supposed to have us get off the turf. Well, it's been 120 to 140 on the turf every day, and she just shakes that thing and she'll test the turf. She'll shake it, and we're all looking at her like, must be broke. We're good. And we go from 7 to 1:30, so we're off before the heat of the day, and it's just been a blast. It's been really good to get back and focus on something a little different.
Yeah.
So we're all in. It's fun. It's good. But I did hear Folker's comment about my bingo shirt. You know why I'm wearing this, folks?
I do know why you're wearing it,
Okay.
but you don't wear it on a meeting like this.
Oh, I do. I got to look at that Pittsburgh Steeler thing behind your head every time we get on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, see? And I've never said anything to you about that. Yeah, okay, there you go. Bring it on, brother.
And then the mini replica of me.
I see that. That's nice.
So you coach all of my former classmates' kids. Timmy Wilcox. I went to school with Tim Wilcox. I went with the Breton boys. It's amazing to see
Tim, but Caden was phenomenal. Best free safety I've ever had. Had over 100 tackles the last 2 years. Had 5 interceptions against Campbell County in one game, and was this close to being the Super 25 Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Yeah, he was phenomenal.
Yeah, and I
watched
just talked to him today. Yeah, and then the
Timmy
Brents were good.
Yeah, they're good. Timmy was state champion wrestler. His son was, I guess, also.
Yeah, 2-timer.
Yeah, they lived out by me at 10 Mile Road.
Yep, still out there.
Yeah,
Tim
so
still has
they're
some stuff out there.
good kids. Good kids.
Yeah,
Kind of
blast. Yeah, that kid made some phenomenal plays. Things that it didn't even make sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's incredible. Also, I want to ask you, did you go to school with David Zuniga?
Yeah, he was 3 years younger than me. He was at Worland, and he's actually going to come up and do a little wrestling camp at NC. I think in October. But yeah, he's an old Worland boy.
Yeah, I used to whoop on him. I was 120 pounds more than him, but I used to whoop on him.
I was going to say, you're like 3 times his size, Folkers. So, your retirement, you got to get back into reality a little bit here, big fella.
That's true. No, he was undefeated and his senior year and pinned everybody in the first round.
Yeah.
35-0.
Yeah, world champ, Olympic guy. Yeah, he's a stud.
Yeah. Incredible wrestler.
His sister was at my dad's gig on Saturday, so we had a big barbecue with Tammy and her husband, Mikey, my good buddy, and talked a lot about Dave and Pedro and Bonnie and John Joe, the whole Zuniga family. They really didn't have a lot growing up, and my mom traded babysitting for fresh tortillas with Mrs. Zuniga, so it was pretty awesome.
I would do that right now.
I know you would.
Oh.
What, babysit or get fresh tortillas?
Both. I'll babysit great-grandchildren and get fresh tortillas.
Oh, too funny.
Yep. Small. Wyoming is so small.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. But I can get you one of these shirts.
Okay. I want it signed.
Make sure Burrow signs.
No, it'll be Logan, my player, not Burrow. At least it's the right.
Yeah, he did really well.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
So, yeah, they're just my rivals, but I like them.
I know, brother. It's all good.
Well, we'll try to get out of Wyoming for a while now and get back to the real world.
Hey.
that's fantasy world out there in Wyoming. I've traveled around that great state, and
It's awesome.
every time I'm out there, that whole summer I spent out there for 8 weeks in Laramie, and that's like fantasy to me out there, just traveling out there and seeing all those great people and a lot of antelopes and
Oh, all over this year, Coach, all over.
a lot of deer in the roads and stuff. So anyway, but it is, I cherish my trip every year out there. First year when I got to Sioux Falls, they were recruiting down in Florida, and so I made the winter trip down there. I think they did it just to get away from the cold up here in South Dakota. But when I started going into those big high schools down there, and you kind of waited in line to see the kids because there was so many coaches down there. And when I went to Wyoming, I might have run into one coach out there the whole time, and maybe it was Shadron. Usually by the time I went out there, the guy from Black Hills had already been there, and they weren't very consistent out there in Wyoming. It didn't seem like, but it was kind of northern Colorado did some recruiting. It was mainly Shadron and us that did most of the recruiting out there. And anyway, some good moments. Rich Grino and I had some great times coming out there. So, well, I want to share something with you here. This is something that came across my mind here, brought me clear back to when I started coaching in Arizona. And, I just, for some reason, I didn't know, you're trying to develop your program. You're trying to bring in a spiritual element, along with the program. And God led me to the main verse is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And then the other verses in Matthew 6:33, where he talks about, anybody remember what that is? Got it, Chad? I bet you Brad knows what it is. 6:33.
I don't, Coach, not off the top of my head.
Seek his kingdom first. First is kingdom righteousness.
Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness.
And all these things will be given to you as well.
That's right. And that was between those two verses that just kind of affirmed that what you do first is seek his kingdom, but don't forget to seek his righteousness along with it. You can seek his kingdom, but if you leave out the righteousness part, he's not going to do a whole lot for you. But he wants you to develop righteousness yourself. He wants you to take on the righteousness that Christ gave us when he died on the cross in exchange for our sins. So anyway, but this Psalm 118 was the one that I think I read it every week. On Friday night, I just sat down and it just spoke to me so much. And it just starts out, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. As Israel say, his love endures forever. Let the house of Aaron say, his love endures forever. And let those who fear the Lord say, his love endures forever. And One Team Fellowship says what? Did you pick it up yet? His love endures forever. Have you got that down now? Can you say that? Let's hear you say it. His love endures forever, okay? In my anguish, I cried to the Lord, and he answered by setting me free. The Lord is with me. I will not be afraid. What can man do to me? The Lord is with me. He is my helper. I will look in triumph on my enemies. It kind of maybe a wrong aspect of coaching, but those kind of words kind of give you a little bit of confidence. The Lord is with me. He is my helper. I will look in triumph on my enemies. And so it kind of gave me the idea that, hey, you know, I'll be with you and you stay true to me, seek ye first my kingdom, and all these things kind of went together. But it is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in man. It is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in princesses. All the nations surrounded me, but in the name of the Lord, I cut them off. They surrounded me on every side, but in the name of the Lord, I cut them off. They swarmed around me like bees, but they died out as quickly as burning thorns. In the name of the Lord, I cut them off. It kind of goes on and through, but you know, I guess I really focused a lot on the first 9 verses there that really kind of, you know, gave me a lot of confidence. And then over on looking at starting at verse 26, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. From the house of the Lord we bless you. The Lord is God, and he has made his light shine upon you. With bows in hand, join in festal. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. Here it is, yeah. With bows in hand, join in the festal procession up to the horns of the altar. You are my God, and I will give you thanks. You are my God, and I will exalt you. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. I should have gone back to verse 24. If you look at 24, that is a, wait a minute, that the one, 24? That doesn't look right in there. My Bible, there's a 25. Oh, no, that's not it. My Bible, it says in verse 24, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. There it is right there. I'm sorry, I got led you the wrong direction. And it was such a coincidence, I think, as I was going through, I've been reading Psalms for, you know, my morning devotion, and I'd read, you know, some of them. The next Psalm 119, it took me 2 days because that's a long one, but some of them are pretty short. But it was great for me. And I come across 118, and all of a sudden took me back to my days of starting out as the head coach at Maryville High School down there, which was really a big high school, and I didn't know if I'd be adequate to take it over or not. But reading that psalm over and over again really gave me a lot of confidence. You know, along with the 2 other verses that I said, you know, Philippians 4:13 and Matthew 6:33. You know, seek first the kingdom, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And you know, I think it kind of gets you saying, hey, you got the greatest power source in the world when you really put your trust in the Lord, and his Holy Spirit will give you all the power that you need to survive and to proceed on. And it's so much easier to accept a loss too when you have the right kind of attitude. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because it took a little while for me I just thought, boy, that's something I need to share it with the guys tonight. So thank you guys. Appreciate listening to me on that. Any comments?
You know, where are you at? Am I unmuted? Yeah. You know, Coach, that this is a day the Lord has made me glad and rejoice in it. I had to get my brain in the right place ever since February, and I drew a lot of strength from you guys and people texting me all the time, and I literally had to live on that verse for a while and keep myself from getting bitter and feeling like, oh gosh, I have so much to do. How am I going to get through this? It's really just me, you know, and it always has been. But to find any kind of joy in the day, once I could actually start wrapping my brain around finding those joyful moments, it was amazing how much better things got. And I started really appreciating every second I had And so now that, unless when I'm not in crisis, it's a constant battle to keep the rest of the BS from life to cave in on you, and you forget your real purpose, what's out there. So my goal is just to stay super, super grounded, and truly appreciate every day, and find joy in every day. And yeah, because they're really, the second my dad got sick, his tomorrows, all he could think about was trying to battle through the illness. But today I'm healthy, and I'm here with you guys, and I'm sitting out here on the porch, and it's a beautiful weather. And today I'm happy for today. I'm happy for right now. So that verse really resonates with me.
Anybody else got a comment, any of those verses there that stuck out of your mind to you? This morning in our neighborhood Bible study, we do that at 7:30. I think I've told you before about that. And we got I think we had 6 guys or 7 guys out here this morning, and on my deck out here, and we got into the rapture. And we've been kind of reading stuff about the tribulation, but then the rapture comes before the tribulation. And one thing you do not want to do is have to go through the tribulation. I'll tell you, it'll scare you into taking a whole another look at what the rapture means. I tell you that. So it was a good session for the 6 guys here that I don't think any of us, well, any of the guys really had spent that much effort really looking at the rapture and talking about it, and the discussion that came out of there was really pretty dramatic. And so it kind of makes you take a good look until, we kind of looked into Revelation, which is kind of hard to understand, but it was still tremendous. So I'm blessed to start the day with man of my Christian brotherhood, and I'm here tonight doing the same thing. So I appreciate that. So thanks, guys, for making my day. And this is the day the Lord hath made, and let us rejoice and be glad in it. And in addition to that, this morning there was just it was so funny because my doorbell kept ringing, and the one guy was mowing my yard, another guy brought me some pears, and then a lady came by and gave me some banana bread, and it just was kind of the doorbell was ringing, pretty much regularly. And this afternoon, then Brian Hansen, a lot of you know who he is. He was the pro punter, and then the new state director for South Dakota came by this afternoon, and we had pie together at 4:00. Really good to have that pie before you eat dinner at night, so I'm gonna feed Chad some of that leftover pie right now. So anyway, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. So I think it's 9:00, so we're gonna probably bring it to a close. Any closing comments or anything? Go ahead, Brad.
I was just gonna say I've got had a real joy. A week ago Sunday, we went out to the Black Hills to Camp Judson for a week for vacation, and my daughter and son work at Camp Judson. And on Sunday morning to start the week, all my family hiked up on top of Mount Baldy. I'm not sure if any of you know that, but it's a peak right next to Mount Rushmore. And my daughter's boyfriend proposed that morning, so they got engaged. We're gonna have a wedding next May 20th. So it's gonna be a busy May. We'll have lots of stuff going on here around the farm, but then we'll have 4 graduations, a wedding, and a state track meet all in 3 successive weeks. So
wow. Oh, that's exciting. Thanks for sharing that. That's neat. I'll think of that name and everything later, and then I'll have to text you, Brad, because there's something about, I was down in Viborg and we were talking, and somebody was playing football up. Oh, I know what it was. Do you know one of the Alcester twins that were the Johnson twins. That one of them coached some up there. Do you remember that last year?
Yeah, well, it was
Mitch Johnson.
2 years ago. I think he was a teacher and coach at Freeman, and we were co-op with Freeman at the time.
That's right.
So, yep. Yeah, he was a real good coach. Then he went back to Alcester, and he brought his JV team up and played our boys. So
he's a twin. You can't really tell them apart hardly. We went down to Alcester with my sister-in-law, who my brother died, and that's his wife. And then my brother and his wife, we went down to Alcester, and we got to, and all those guys came together, the twins and their mom or their aunt. And I mean, we had a whole bunch of people there at they got a new clubhouse down there that's kind of a community center. But we got to talking about it, and I didn't realize that he had coached up there at Freeman and Canastota, and that's what made me think of it. So anyway, can you close us with prayer, Brad?
Sure.
Okay.
Yep. Jesus, we thank you for tonight and the chance to all be able to get together and talk and reminisce. We thank you for Coach's good trip out to the hills here recently, and for Chad being able to take him. We thank you for Rick being able to spend some real quality time with his dad in his last few days. We thank you for the blessing for that. And Father, we just pray that you'd be with each of us each day, that we would take that verse to heart, that this is the day that you've made, and let us rejoice in it. We pray that for tomorrow as we start another day in the morning. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
So we'll shoot for the 25th, Thursday, the 25th. That's 2 weeks from tonight. Just anyone that can get on and kind of go from there. That sound all right?
When does the USF play their football game up there on Moorhead?
That's a good question. That could be the 25th. Here, let me Google it quick.
Could be the day.
I was going to mention, Coach and Chad, if you have room for an extra tag along, I might be interested in tagging along with you guys.
Okay, good to mention that. Probably should go out to see the state championship game with Rick and his team out there.
Hey, don't jinx us, Coach. We need good vibes, man. We had our starting quarterback dislocate his throwing shoulder today at practice, but
gosh,
that's okay. He couldn't throw very well anyway, so we'll have to change it up a little bit. It's all good.
Coup plays at Moorhead on September 1. So it's Thursday, September 1.
Okay.
Then they got Minot State at home.
When is that then?
That's Saturday, September 10th.
Oh, okay.
At the Bob.
So, but that Moorhead game's the first game, right?
Yep, and that's September 1st, Thursday, September 1st at 6 p.m. Yeah, Brad, if we go, definitely could use some people to keep everyone awake.
Yeah.
Once we bring John Stanley, Coach, he could talk us all the way home.
That was so funny when we get out there to find out that Nelson Cook knew him. So I don't know. Any of you let's see. Jeff Volker, do you remember when John Stanley, or what's his name? John Stanley?
Yeah, John Stanley, Coach Stanley. Blood and Guts.
Yeah, I think I do. Did he coach?
He was the one that made Rem and Rice cut their little ponytails off.
He told me the back of my head looked like the south end of a northbound horse. Lesson learned.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's good to see everybody. We're set
right.
about 9:15, and and we'll let everyone go, but see you in 2 weeks.
All right, guys.
Okay,
All
good
right,
to see
good to see
everybody.
you.
Good to see everybody.
Good to see you guys.
Love you guys.
All right. Love you
Love
too.
you, buddy.
Love you guys. See ya.
Night, guys.